What's going on, guys? Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Big Brain Boys podcast. Today we talk about the Super Bowl. We recorded. We made our picks prior to the game happening, so you'll get to see if we were wrong or not. We talk about the very controversial UFC event that went on Saturday night between Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski. We talk about the invasion of the UFOs. We talk about the Chinese spy balloon. We talk about F-16 fighter jets. Conspiracy theories and everything of that sort. And then we also talk about the Canadian mayor of Toronto, John Tory, cheating on his wife and stepping down from his position in office. So hope you enjoyed the episode. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow the audio platforms, and hope you enjoy.
Knowledge.
Curiosity for learning.
Smartest guy in the room alert.
Stupid. My brain is big and smart.
So literally, as I was waiting for that next Zoom meeting to open up, I was on Twitter, and there's another UFO, but like another object over Lake Huron, which is on like Ontario border kind of thing, or Lake Michigan, sorry. One of the two, like Southern Ontario, kind of like that area. F-16 fighter jets just an hour ago, and then whatever yesterday or 2 days ago was the one in like Alaska / the Yukon, where like the
I thought there was two. I thought there was one in Alaska and there was one in Yukon.
Oh, maybe I thought it entered in through Alaska, ended up in the Yukon, and then got shot down. But maybe there was two. But then there was what seeming like an hour ago was just shot down on Lake Michigan, and I don't know if it's the same. People came out with reports that the one in Alaska was like a cylindrical object, like wasn't a spy balloon type thing. But I mean, I don't know if there's any sort of pictures or anything. I don't think any of that shit's like released yet. But dude, we're under attack.
Yeah, dude, the aliens are like literally the aliens are here.
It's not aliens.
It's aliens.
It's the Chinese.
The Chinese spy balloon.
Are you saying that as an immigration joke? Are you saying like the illegal aliens are attacking us?
The aliens are coming over.
These goddamn Mexicans.
Balloons. No, the Chinese spy balloon. That was the Chinese.
don't get an angry tone and go like this about the Chinese ever again, because that
Start
looks
pointing. That
was the fucking Chinese.
These motherfuckers coming over here. Yeah. No, that was for sure because they like assumed responsibility for it.
Oh yeah,
all these weird spheres in the sky getting shot down. We're talking about something different now.
You think so?
Yeah.
I want to believe it. I want to believe it so bad. I want to believe it so bad. Because, like, I mean, at the end of the day, I do believe it because, like, I kind of believe a little bit of, like, that Area 51 stuff that's come out that, like, we've got craft and all that.
Yeah.
You know, I believe a little bit of it. Like, you know, maybe there's some shit blown out of proportion. But, like, with, like, some of the Navy pilots that have come out in the last, like, 10 years, like, some of them went on, like, even Rogan and stuff and, like, Lex Friedman podcast. And they talked about things that they've seen in the Navy for since like 10, 15 years ago that they've had to keep quiet. And they all kind of matched up with like these like no propulsion type objects where like it's not like a jet pushing shit out the back. It's like an object that has no propulsion. It's just gliding through the air.
Yeah, which all these new ones are. They all say like no propulsion and they're at like crazy heights.
Yeah, wasn't the one in Alaska like 60,000 feet?
It was something like it's not above, it's not a balloon that's floating up that high. Like it's something something else.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit wild. But it's almost frustrating because like I want to indulge in it so bad. Like I want to be like, the aliens are here. What is it? But it's so, I think we've talked about this before. It's so frustrating to like get into it and not have the answer. Because like no matter how much I like talk about it or like dive into it, I'm never gonna find the answer. So it's almost like I might if it was guaranteed that the answer was out there and I could do enough reading, I'd start reading. But I'm not doing all the reading just to come up with a theory I could have fucking thought of before.
Yeah, you're just gonna end up speculating forever. Like because you're
Exactly.
gonna read one that's like aliens, the other ones are like it's a fucking blimp or like it's something stupid. Like
Yeah. And then you get those crazy people
you're
that are like, I seen a document that said it was like this, and you're like, you're out of your mind, bro.
yeah you're a fucking crazy person.
You're a fucking crazy person.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, so I don't, and this new one that literally as of 4:43 Eastern Standard Time, I'm reading an hour ago reports saying that Lake Huron and Lake Michigan. I don't even know the geography. Maybe that's two different things, or they're the same lake. I don't even fucking know.
Name all the lakes right now. Name all the Great Lakes.
Lake Michigan, Lake Ontario, Lake Huron, Lake Erie,
Uh-huh.
Lake Superior.
Wow.
Is it five?
Yeah.
Did I say
You were
Erie?
gonna name another one?
Did I say Erie twice?
No, you said Erie once.
Huron, Michigan, Erie, Superior, Ontario.
Fucking rights, man. You do know the geography.
Don't play with me, dog.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. Um, yeah, it's
Now,
okay.
if you had to place them on a map, could you do that?
Fuck you.
Get fucked.
I don't even know what lake I'm on right now in Toronto. I think it's Lake Ontario.
That would make sense. And I'm
No,
gonna be
actually, no,
completely
no, no, no,
honest.
no, no. I don't
I
think it
can't
is.
name them either. I can't name them either. So don't come at me.
Okay, so do you genuinely, sarcasm aside, do you think that these new ones that have been shot down after this, they gotta be, okay, come on, 2 weeks after the spy balloon, we get a UFO invasion? Come on, it's gotta be other spy shit. It's not aliens.
It's aliens.
Also, how come there's never aliens in like Argentina? It's always like, they're in Nevada again. Like,
Like they're right above Area 51.
yeah, yeah. They're right above the strip club in Vegas.
Well, it makes me think that they like saw this spy balloon. They're like, "Oh shit, shoot it down." And then they're like, "Well, let's look for other things that are 40,000, 50,000 feet in the air." And they're like, "Oh, there's a bunch of."
No, stop it.
But it.
You
But
think
how weird is it? There's all these
just
balloons
started
all of a
looking?
sudden.
They
Yeah,
get notifications of shit in the sky
notifications.
on their phone, like an Amber Alert.
Do. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Justin Trudeau is just like, oh shit.
Oh shit! Take that
Um,
shit down.
you want to hear? Let's indulge in this little theory. I heard a
Mm-hmm.
pretty crazy theory about the balloon thing though,
Fucking
and
right. Let's go.
these theories are fun because it's like it's fun to just be an idiot for a while, you know,
Mm-hmm.
knowing you have no idea what you're talking about. I heard a theory because like when I first seen the spy balloon, like the Chinese spy balloon, I was like, people were saying it was the Chinese, and I was like, that can't be the Chinese. The Chinese are actually good at tech. There's no way they like sent a
Mm-hmm.
balloon. And I made
Yeah.
a sketch about it, about how like the Chinese boardroom coming up with the idea for the spy balloon.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
all like,
Yeah.
it was all like, should we send in like a undercover agent? Should we send in or should we hack into their mainframe and he's like, let's throw up a fucking hot air balloon.
Yeah.
It's like that's not
Let's get a-
Chinese. That's
Yeah.
that would be like the Irish or something. Like that would be an invasion for someone else. But then
Mm-hmm.
there was a theory that someone said the reason they did that is because if China tests, because if they must have sent it up knowing it was going to get shot down and just so send up a balloon if you're going to know it's going to get shot down, but they must have been testing if they can send balloons into U.S. airspace so that they can block their like their missile bases, like their air defense bases, because if China invades the States and they just send like 100,000 balloons over hovering over all of their missile air bases, and they all just they basically distract or like take over the U.S. missiles with just all these balloons, and then they pants are down. Like they were testing whether like I think that would get picked up. And again,
That makes sense. I don't think that's like a crazy theory.
No, totally. But I didn't even bother putting my hat on and being like, well, let's take a look. I was just like, that sounds
Actually,
that sounds fun. That sounds cool because like Sounds like it'd be a good idea. Again, if you told that to anyone who knows anything about like national defense, they'd be like, "Well, boys, let me." And I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah. No, the second you want to tell me anything, no, my mind's made up.
My mind's made up. My mind's, and I was like, "That's so." I was like, "That's a cool. That's so interesting." To be for them to be like test, like let's send a balloon into U.S. airspace, see if it like distracts them or whatever, like see how they defend it, and then we know that clearly balloons can enter U.S. airspace now. So then they just send a million of them.
Well, yeah, like it got across like all of like the continental U.S. Like it came all the way across to the eastern border, and that's when they shot it down, which is fucking wild to think that no one noticed this fucking thing.
Well, that's the thing. They couldn't shoot it down until it was at a spot that was not above any.
Yeah, like it's not going to land on people. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Once it's up there, and that's another thing too, is like if they know that, like maybe they were testing that too. If they know
when are they going to shoot it down? Yeah.
If they know that they're not going to shoot it down if it's above like a city, then they can stay up there because they're not going to risk U.S. lives by shooting it down and having.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think.
Right? It's kind of like you're that's the thing. So then they send a million.
You get a big fucking net.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That I mean, now that I could see happening. like a real like they're like, well, they're not going to shoot it down over people. They're not going to pick it up, scoop it out of the fucking air.
Right. Well, wasn't it massive? Like we say balloon, but like I think of dollar store balloon. But like, wasn't it like 300 feet or something?
I have no idea. That sounds fucking huge.
It was massive. Well, it fucking came from. It had to be a pretty big fucking unit. It had to be a pretty goddamn big rig to get all the way out over there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But getting back to the topic at hand, aliens are here for sure.
Well, dude, come on.
Yep. No propulsion, silver, metallic, aliens. That's it. That's all you need to know.
I want it. I do.
Yeah.
I want there to be aliens in my lifetime before I die. That like we can be like, yeah, there's aliens. They visited us. We got their craft. Here's what an alien looks like, or whatever. Some shit. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I don't need to see humanity go to Mars. I don't need to see Elon Musk floating through the Milky Way in a fucking $10 billion spacecraft. I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
But I just want them to show me. I want them to grab an alien by the back of the neck and be like, here's one of these fuckers. I have like a rag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to, like, you know how like people like those like rednecks in the States, they like trophy hunt and they like hold up the antlers.
They're holding the antlers, like they're holding the alien's ears. They're like, I got one.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever Donald Trump's grandchildren in 2065 when they're president, I want them to hold up an alien. We fucking got one.
Like, Jesus Christ, it came here friendly, you just shot it?
Yeah. Just USA, and then I'll just die. I'll die in peace.
So proud.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I'm on board. I'm on board. But like, why would they shoot it down? If you shoot it down, you get nothing.
And see, that's a big kink in my alien theory, is that if it was aliens, they wouldn't be able to get shot down. They just fucking zip out of here.
And you'd have to imagine, yeah. And like the way apparently the way that these craft fly, if I'm, hearing from the grapevine correctly, is like there's no propulsion, so they use gravity and they bend gravity in front of it and they roll forward essentially.
Yeah.
Through gravity. But that's the thing, is if that were the case, it would not be able to get shot. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if it had a gravity, we're getting far here. Hopefully, this is some real big brain shit. So everyone's
this is fucking crazy. Yeah.
if it has a gravitational force field around it, or
Mhm.
that allows it to roll forward, or wherever else through, like, remember the Tic Tac UFO where it was going all over, and it doesn't
Yeah,
like it doesn't have to slow down and turn. It just goes like a laser pointer on
in
a
any
wall.
direct, yeah, any direction.
Clearly, like, light would bend around it, and like anything that got shot at it would bend around it because it wouldn't be able to go
True.
through the
Yeah,
warp and
I see what you're
gravity.
saying.
So that's why I'm
You're
saying it's like,
fucking. This is big brain shit now.
this is big brain shit. People were like, oh, is the name ironic? No, it's
No,
not.
this is real shit. We're teaching you guys something.
I'm trying to
This is
teach you
important shit.
motherfuckers. Trying to teach you motherfuckers. So that's what I'm saying is like, and again, that's total. That's a 5% chance that that's actually the case. But to the way that the zero propulsion crafts have like worked in what I've heard is they
Yeah,
do that, and in order to do that, you bend gravity around it, meaning anything that came at it would
it
not
just
it would go
fucking
around, yeah, it would go
yeah.
around that, like you would not, like two magnets, how you can't touch them
Mm.
to like poles,
Hmm.
like that. So I don't know. So that's why I don't think it's an alien spacecraft, because like if it was, and it got here and if it can move like that, like
Yeah,
do you think
it would just
the alien in the spacecraft would like see the missile coming and be like, fuck, we didn't think of that, like,
shoot. We don't have these where I'm from. I traveled across the fucking universe. What's this thing?
yeah, the alien in the cockpit, he's like, no, 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 guys, no, 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 no.
Whoa, we're just cruising above fucking Yukon and Alaska. Like, take it easy.
Yeah, yeah, the aliens are like, they're like tourists, they're like a family on vacation, and they're
Yeah,
like,
they just want to
oh,
see the sights.
we're in Canada, and then they look out the window, they're like, what's that thing coming at us really fast?
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
that guy looks pretty mad.
It's a fucking nuclear warhead with like a shark painted on the side, USA.
Yeah, yeah, the most classic
Yeah.
military.
Dude, it's crazy to imagine those F-16 jets cost like, I don't know, like $1 billion or some shit,
Hmm.
and so far they've just been shooting down balloons.
That's all they're good for.
Yeah. It is great. Like, how much did that cost the time? Like, I seen people cheering. I seen videos of the balloon getting shot down, and people were like cheering on the ground, videotaping it. And I was like, that probably cost you. That probably cost you like 10 million taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, that's a significant chunk of change just
Yeah.
to get that thing off the ground and shoot once. Like,
Yeah.
that's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It is like just the amount of military money, and like the amount of like when with all these things, like they have like fighter jets stationed all over the, like, Canada, US, like Alaska, like they have them
Mhm.
stationed everywhere. And I'm like this is how I think, is I'm like who's doing the maintenance on all these fucking things? Like what is how much does that guy make?
They're paying people to do that too.
How much does that fucking, like, I bet that guy makes $150,000 a year.
You can probably
And I bet there's 500 of them. Bullshit.
fucking.
That's Biden's America for you.
That's I was gonna say. You get just like right wing, left wing, just they're aliens. Well, fucking government's spending too much goddamn money anyways.
It's about time we fucking put one of these things to use. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it's aliens, because I think it's too too obvious, or too
Yeah,
whatever.
it's just
Too
too
easy.
good to be true.
Too good to be true, but yeah, just like too, like, I think if an alien spacecraft entered here, it wouldn't just get shot down.
Yeah.
I think genuinely, if an alien spacecraft came here, well, I guess, are we assuming that the aliens are smarter than, like, they might have better tech, but are we maybe an alien, like, again, get big brain shit. Maybe aliens don't even know conflict. Like, maybe they don't even know what like maybe humans.
So So you're saying the aliens are a bunch of pussies?
Yeah, they never been to
They don't
America.
know how to fight. They don't know how to scrap. They
They
don't know how to
never
get
been to
down.
America. They never been there. They don't know how we get down. Like maybe if there's an alien civilization, they've never fought each other, and that's why they're so advanced. Oh, I'm coming up with some, dude. That's
Yeah,
why they're so advanced because they've never had to fight. They've never wasted time with war. Like how much did World War One and Two set humanity back? Just having to like take 5 years and be like, come on, bro. Like, all right, let's go do this. Fucking Hitler's at it again. Like,
yeah,
let's go spend $800 million on this and send America into a Great Depression, or I don't fucking know the timeline. But like maybe they just never did all that shit, and the Romans and the Greeks never fought, and like then it so they just went up, they just kept going, and they never
yeah,
wasted any time. And now
yeah,
that's why they're so advanced. But they weren't expecting conflict because they're like, what? Why would you shoot us down? What you fighting? What is fighting?
yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
I think you just came up with a movie right there. I think a movie like that has probably already been done, but that's a brilliant idea you just came up with. You did look like just a little bit. You look like a crazy person when you were talking there, but other than that, you were really in one there. You should take that somewhere. You should write that up and take that somewhere.
I think it's a pretty good theory.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that is why they would have no idea like that they could get shot down. They don't know what a missile is. They don't know what an explosive is. They don't know what a gun is. They don't know what fist fighting each other is.
Yeah. But it's also like, here's another thing. Why are they just floating up in the sky?
Yeah,
We will
that's
fight you right
like
on the ground. Man to man, we'll fight you on the ground.
mano a mano,
They come out, everybody's just like, all right.
dukes up. Yeah.
Come on, put them up, pussy.
I want to see Donald Trump fist fight an alien before I die. That's what I want to see.
That's the next celebrity boxing match.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Dude, that would be so America though, to like we get a live alien, like we get one of these fuckers, and then they're just like, I want to see him box.
Put him in a fucking ring. Put him on an NFL field. I want to see him play left tackle.
Yeah. How fast can he shuffle his feet? Go on, get.
What's his 40 time?
put put 2 plates on the bench. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying this episode of the Big Brain Boys podcast. Just a reminder to subscribe to the YouTube if you're watching the video right now, and if you want to listen offline, head to the Spotify, Apple, wherever else you get your audio podcasts, and follow those. And hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. The mayor of Toronto, John Tory, who I didn't even know was the mayor. I had no idea who John Tory was. I mean, I guess I'm not really a Toronto person, but I don't even know who the mayor of Edmonton is either. Who's the mayor of Edmonton?
I know Don Iveson, but I don't know if he's still mayor. I don't know.
Oh,
I know he
maybe.
was mayor.
Yeah, I know Stephen Harper, and that's it for politicians. Um, so the mayor of Toronto, John Tory, steps down as Toronto mayor for having an affair with his wife with someone who works on his staff during the pandemic, I believe. Did you hear about this?
I did not hear about this.
Man, how many times do men have to fall for the hot secretary? What the
Yeah, I mean, that's the most classic story ever.
Stop it. Stop. I don't even know if it was a secretary, but it was clearly a female and it was clearly someone who worked on his staff. You have to
Yeah.
assume something of the sort.
Yeah.
Stop. I'm tired of seeing great men have hot secretaries and
Yeah.
and completely fuck themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great man.
He's the mayor of Toronto's. He's the mayor of Toronto. I was about to say Canada's capital, but isn't that Ottawa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know who the Ottawa. Fuck.
Like, let's just avoid that
The mayor of Toronto.
in entirety.
That's Canada's mayor right there. Actually, Rob Ford
Yeah.
is Canada's mayor. That's my boy.
Yeah. Fucking rights.
Yeah, they got dude. Toronto just can't. Cheating on his wife isn't that crazy, but like to go from like a crack smoking mayor to then a wife cheating mayor. Toronto boys get down, huh? I love this
Yeah,
city.
fucking rights they do. this is where hopes and dreams are made right here.
Yeah.
Great men going down. You got Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
He cheated.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Two great men, and
Politicians, once they get into politics.
two politics. I didn't even mean to do that.
Yeah.
Uh, can't think of a third right now, but there's more out
Well,
there.
what about Trump? Didn't he? What about Stormy Daniels? Or no, I don't even know if he was married at that point.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
I
mean, he
want
was just
to.
letting it fly though. Trump didn't give a fuck about who knew what. He was just letting her hang.
I want to fuck Trump's wife so bad, dude. She's so fine.
That's
Melania.
fucking
Oh,
yeah.
what Ivanka too. That.
Woo!
I will say, to step down after that, is that? I mean, to abandon ship.
What do you think he should have done? Just own it?
Yeah. That's like that's like your QB throws a pick
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, "I'm benching myself."
Yeah.
Like, will you just
I'm a big dumb idiot. Explain it to me in football terms.
you're wearing a jersey right now.
I just love immediately. You're like, okay, your QB throws a pick.
You know, like to your QB throws a pick and then he
Yeah.
benches himself. It's like you
Get
just
him get him back on the field. Let him get some confidence back.
yeah, that's right. Let him. I say they've been married since 1978. It says, you
Uh-huh.
know,
Uh-huh.
is that like was that during like the Cold War? I don't even like imagine being married since like the Cold War. When was the Cold War? Let's see, Cold War dates. 1947 to 1991.
What?
No,
The Cold
there's
War
no
went
way.
on for 50 years? Is that actually what you just saw?
It says it, but I don't trust it. I know nothing about the Cold War. Um,
Yeah, neither do I. Fuck.
I mean, like like imagine like being like I mean they were 23 years into a marriage when 9/11 happened.
Oh, fucking.
What?
So, okay.
What did I say?
Like, what a funny time, place, like to pinpoint their marriage.
You shook
So,
your
so
head. You shook your head like I thought. You shook your head like I said something jeopardizing. What?
no, here's what I want to say. Because I think you're getting to a point, but and you're saying like they've been married forever. Like, okay, they have.
Yeah.
So what? They've been married forever, so it's like wrap it up. Like you guys had a good run, 50 years, call it quits. That's what you're getting to, right?
Hear me out on this.
Okay.
They got married in 78. What
Uh-huh.
happened in the 80s? When did Vietnam? Was that the 60s? I don't know.
Who
Crazy
cares?
crazy shit in the 80s though. Okay, they make it out of the 80s. Okay?
Yeah.
And then they get to the 90s. And the
Mhm.
and the 90s I don't know. You know, they were there for the inception of Seinfeld,
Yeah.
right?
Tupac dead, 90s.
Tupac dead, Biggie dead.
Yeah.
The first attempt at trying to blow up the World Trade Towers, it was in 96. So they been through that. And in the 90s with the tech boom or kind of late 90s, right? Then
Internet.
and then they make it through Y2K, which it's often not talked about, which people thought we were going to die. Okay?
Yep.
And then the next year, 2001, right? And then
Uh-huh. Yeah. Moving on, moving on. Keep the train on the tracks here. Let's go. So
and
that
then
happens.
2001, and then in
Uh-huh.
2008, the housing market crashed. People were never going to own homes again,
Mm-hmm.
right? 2012,
Yep.
people thought the world was going to die, the world was going to end.
Yep.
They made a movie.
Yep.
2012, the Aztecs predicted the world ending,
Yep.
and then COVID-19, the biggest pandemic that the world has seen since like the Spanish flu or something,
Uh-huh. Yep.
and they make it through all that,
Uh-huh.
and he fingers a secretary. Like
So you're saying it's like it's water under the bridge, baby. Like we made it
that's
through
what I'm
worse.
saying. Is like it's like clear. Like they're tried and true. Like
Oh,
let the boy off the leash a little bit is what I'm saying.
loosen the lead. Let him come on. Let him sniff
Let
the
him come
flowers a little
on.
bit.
He's 68 years old. Let him, and then he's mayor of Toronto. He took over. He took over a job that was incredibly controversial
Yeah.
because of Rob Ford, who, if people don't know, he was the crack smoking mayor of Toronto, who I think
Yep.
was saying crazy shit too.
Mm-hmm.
You make it through all that.
Mm-hmm.
Let the guy get a little. You know, I think he deserves it. Some people you
Yeah.
see cheating, and some people see cheating, and you're like, you didn't deserve to get a little extra on your plate there. You
Yeah.
went
You
above.
do. You bring up some really good, strong points, and like I think you should talk to his old lady. Talk some sense into her.
I don't even know if they're divorced. I'm saying I don't think he should have
No,
stepped
I'm
down.
just saying, like she probably said you have to step down. Shit's getting too crazy in that office with that secretary. You got to get out of there.
You're right. I don't like it.
Because once he gets in the office, she takes the leash off in there. He's
Yeah,
just a hound going loose.
sure.
Dogs got to eat.
Oh, row, row.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I say good on the lad. If there's anyone that deserves, like, what, this guy's probably a war veteran, man.
Probably. Like, what'd you say? Cold War and what was the other one?
Well, I don't think the U.S. fought in the Cold War.
But who cares? You were bringing up some
He
wars. He
he's
was
six
he was
he's
around.
six he's 68, so he was probably born in the 50s. He might not have, yeah, probably didn't go to Vietnam.
Yeah,
But I
he
mean,
probably enlisted.
yeah.
Give him some credit for something he didn't do. It's all good, man.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying this episode of the Big Brain Boys podcast. Just a reminder to subscribe to the YouTube if you're watching the video right now, and if you want to listen offline, head to the Spotify, Apple, wherever else you get your audio podcasts, and follow those. And hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. So I guess let's talk about it, man. You're wearing the Bills jersey, huh? That's crazy. You've
The
never been a
Bills,
Bills.
baby.
You've never been a Bills
I've
fan.
always I was born a Bills fan.
No, you weren't.
I came out the womb a Bills fan.
I've never seen you talk about Bills. Never seen you repost Bills. Never seen you talk about nothing about Bills. And now you're wearing now that you guys have a queue, you're wearing the jersey.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always been a fan. I don't know what you're talking about. These are all lies that you're saying right now.
Have you actually always been a Bills guy?
No. Like like after high school when I started doing like fantasy football, I just needed to have a team to cheer for. And the Bills had Bills Mafia and they jumped through tables and fucking crushed beers. So I was like, all right, I'll be part of Bills Mafia.
you picked Bills because of their like the fan base?
Yeah, not even the team.
Really?
Yeah. I
Bills
mean, it doesn't
Mafia,
hurt that
huh?
they're pretty good, but
Well, they're pretty good now, yeah.
yeah.
Bills Mafia. Yeah, aren't they a little bit off the fucking wagon?
Hmm. Like they always have the videos of like all the Walmarts in Buffalo are just out of plastic tables because people buy them and fucking jump through them every playoffs.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't seen that?
I mean, I've heard of like Bill's Mafia, like I've heard of it, but I just thought it was their way of coping with having just a terrible city and team,
Yeah, I
being
guess
like being
so.
like as long as we're a community kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
we got
never
each other at
I
least.
didn't know it was a frat.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's like a college team. I guess
But I
all
mean,
NFL teams are
but I
kind of
mean,
college
but I mean,
teams.
like Philly's got a fan base like that. Like if you just want like frat boys jumping through tables, don't isn't like Philly a big bro town? I didn't even know Buffalo was like a bro town.
I think they're all honestly, I probably could have picked any team. It was just maybe the year I was looking, Bills Mafia was like the most prevalent online. And so I was like, whatever, fuck it, I'll choose them.
Okay, so we should talk about the Super Bowl today. This is obviously going to come out after the Super Bowl has played out. I got
Yeah.
Chiefs 24-13. What do you got?
Oh my God. No, Eagles, baby, Bird Gang.
I want Philly to win, and can I tell you why? And let's get back to the comedy a little bit here.
Sure.
I want Philly to win. I want Philly to
Oh,
win.
I think I know what you're gonna bring up.
I want
Yeah, yeah,
Philly
yeah.
to win. I want Philly to win, even though I have Chiefs winning. I want Philly to win because I want Jackson Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes' wife to be in shambles. I want a
Okay.
lifetime of disappointment for them.
That's not where I thought you were going, but
Why? What'd you think?
I thought you were gonna bring up that Eagles fan. He's that big black dude. He's like a meme. I forget. Fuck. I wish I could remember like one of his audios, but he's like a huge Eagles fan. But he got like diagnosed with some crazy disease, and but
That's why you thought I was gonna say that?
well, I wasn't because of the disease thing, but that this is like his favorite teams in the Super Bowl has a chance to win it, and it's like I thought it was gonna be like a feel good story for you, but you were like, "Fuck Jackson Mahomes and his wife, Patrick
Do you
Mahomes'
know who
wife."
I am?
Yeah, I thought too much of you there. That was
I
my
wish
bad.
I wish evil upon people.
Yeah,
Upon
yeah,
people.
that's your thing. That's your
What do you
shtick.
what do you think I am? If again, I want a heartwarming story. No, I want to see Jackson Holmes make a TikTok about how fucking sad he is. But I have Chiefs 24-13.
Yeah, I don't really have a score, but I did place a few bets. Can I go through
Uh,
them?
obviously you did. Yeah, please
Okay.
Patsy parlays.
Okay.
Here, wait. Let's
I,
do it. Let's do a uh on this edition of
Patsy
Patsy
bets.
parlays.
Yeah, this is Patsy bets. I wrote this on an envelope. I don't know if you can see that. This I'm supposed to send
Is that
Canada
an
some
envelope from
money
the
that I owe.
CRA?
Yeah, it is. It is. So I got national anthem over a minute and 56 seconds.
Oh, what the fuck? You're you're betting on the national anthem length?
I'm not done yet. I got the coin toss is going to be tails.
Look at you with a pen out. You're a fucking you're like Rain Man, you fucking autistic bastard.
No, you're my bookie, and I'm giving you my picks. So
Okay,
listen
okay, okay,
close,
okay,
okay?
okay.
Okay, you got it. Anthem over minute 56 seconds. Give
Sure.
me coin toss, tails.
Got it.
Give me Travis Kelsey anytime TD.
Anytime
Give
TV.
me the
Okay.
Eagles. Give me the Eagles -1.
Okay.
And then
Whoa, 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 whoa.
that's the line. -1 is the line right now for
Okay.
Eagles. They're
Okay.
the favorites. Give me yellow/green Gatorade to be dumped on the coach for the winning team.
Yellow or green? No, it's gonna be orange, but I'll take your money.
Well, here's the thing. There was a Philly because I think Philly's going to win, and I don't know who it was. One of the guys on Philly did a podcast this week, and he said all the Gatorade is lime. The only thing they drink is lime.
Oh, you have inside. You're like you're like
Serious shit. Okay.
you're the wolf of Bet 365.
Okay. Last pick here. I want a parlay. Okay, you with me?
Sure.
Give me Hertz anytime TD.
Rushing?
Yeah. Or it could be a receiving touchdown or a rushing touchdown, but anytime Hertz gets a touchdown.
Yeah, not throwing, not throwing.
Not throwing, not yet. Give me Hertz over or anytime one passing touchdown. So he's gonna receive a touchdown or rush one in, and he's also gonna make a passing touchdown.
Okay, this is all
Give
parlayed.
him all parlayed.
Okay.
Give me over 50 and a half rushing yards and over 150 passing yards.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, sure. Yeah, 100%. But you're
So
but you're
so when
not
this comes out,
but you're not parlaying it with the anthem shit, are you?
no. That all that Hertz stuff was just my Hertz parlay.
Okay.
So this is coming out after. I can see how you're looking at you. You're like scared for me right now. This is coming out after the Super Bowl. So, you know, the, I'm gonna have green check marks next to all of these. So I feel
So
bad that everybody can't see my picks, but it doesn't matter. I'll be filthy fucking rich.
really, what's the what's the payout on the parlay?
It was like plus 400 or 500, so it's 5 to 1,
Yeah, that's not
which is
that
not
crazy.
bad. Like
No, it's not.
the
It's not that
passing
crazy to
yards is pretty
parlay.
low. Yeah, like the passing yards is pretty low. The rush yards is, I think, what he's averaging. It's just more him
50.
rushing a touchdown.
Yeah, the rushing touchdown. I could actually see. I could easily see him getting the rushing touchdown. But
Yeah,
50
yeah,
but 50 rushing yards might actually be tough.
yeah,
Just purely because you never know what kind of game it's going to be like that.
exactly. Things for the Super Bowl game plans change, but
Yeah,
that's
interesting. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Like the game's going to play in whatever a couple hours. Tomorrow, I'm going to try and make a clip of this, and of you're going to give me the bets, and I'm gonna put it in, and you see like you see real time
yeah.
how.
Instead of like the like what is it? I can't even think. Just like ding 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 every time we get one
Yeah,
right. Instead, it's like the
yeah,
big X.
yeah.
Eh.
You're gonna have to send me the entire results of it though, so I have it because I'm not looking up how
Yeah,
long the anthem was so that I can fucking.
you're like there with a stopwatch. Like
But I can't believe you do this shit. You're betting on the color of the game. Okay, so you're one of these like guys, hey?
here we
No, no,
fucking
no, no,
go.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying
Okay.
like yo, you're one of the. I'm saying like you're one of these like you bet like that like the person who sings is going to be like over 5'6". Like you're one of these people.
Yeah.
You're one of those people
If
that
that was on, if I was allowed to bet on that, I would.
yeah, you're one of those guys you can't take anywhere. Like, because you could realistically just put all your money on like, oh, I think Eagles are going to win. That's how I know betting, right? Is like, oh,
Yeah.
$100 Eagles win. That's how I know betting. But
Yeah.
you're like, I bet kickoff starts 2 minutes after 6:30 Eastern time. Like, and you're like, and then you're not even enjoying the game. You're sitting there watching like kickoff. Like you're watching that kind of shit. Like on the UFC, they
That
bet on like, are they gonna touch gloves? Are they gonna like,
yeah.
it's like that kind of shit. I don't get it.
Well, the Super Bowl always has like a bunch of these crazy bets like anthem and coin toss. Like you never get that on regular NFL games. So that's
Okay.
why I feel so inclined. But
Oh, okay. You're indulging. You're indulging.
yeah, I'm just having a little fun. Like fucking sue me.
Yeah, but that is how gambling addictions start, though, for sure.
Mm-mm. This is how they end. This is the big win.
This is the big one. You score on this, you're done for
Like
life, right?
yeah, for a couple days tops.
You
Well,
score on
I'm gonna have
this,
so much. I'm gonna have so much in the bank. I gotta sprinkle some on some other games.
right? Sure. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. I got Chiefs 24-13. You got Eagles, and you got a parlay on Hurts.
Yeah,
I don't think the parlay is bold. I like the parlay. But you don't even have money on the Eagles winning, do you?
yeah, I do. Eagles minus 1.5. That's them winning by a point or more.
Oh, was that in the parlay? I missed that.
No, that was just straight up. That's just so I'm cheering Eagles for
I
the
didn't
game.
remember. Okay, yeah, got it. You're cheering Eagles and Hurts and Lime Gatorade
Yeah,
and
yeah,
minute
I'm all in.
56 for the anthem. Yeah, people who take sports way too seriously, like people who like, I don't know if you're gonna agree with me on this because like I love sports too. I love, but I'm not really like too much of a fan of like of all. Like I watch it, of course, but like
Yeah,
people who refer to their teams as like like when they say like we won and like we will, like all this kind of stuff, it drives me insane. And I like, you might be one of those guys, and I mean no shade by it, but you ain't on the team. They don't even know your
yeah.
name.
I get where you're coming from saying we, but it's tough. Like when you live in like especially Edmonton, living in Edmonton, that's what everybody says. Like we won last night. Oh, we got beat up, or this happened, or that happened. It's always we because it's like the whole city as a whole.
I
Like
hate it.
we won last night.
I hate it. Did you watch UFC last night? This is the sports cast.
Yeah, honestly. No, I didn't. I didn't, unfortunately. But I saw some of the results and I heard the main event was controversial. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. You're right. And I mean, it always goes like this. Actually, to a question that like doesn't alienate anyone who's not even in on the what happened last night with the UFC, but like just a question in sports in general. If it's like if a fight is a close fight and like it's dangerously close, like it honestly could have been anybody. And we saw this with Sean O'Malley and Piotr Jan. I remember when I
Mm-hmm.
watched that fight live and I was like, no way. And then I watched it back and I was like, oh, okay. Honestly, it could go to either one. People who say robbery when a fight is like basically a fucking draw and it could have went either way.
Yeah,
People who say
honestly.
robbery blows my mind. Like, because that's not a robbery. Like, if it
Hmm.
comes down to like 1 point or 2 points and it could have went either way, and it does like, and you think it was the other way, it's not a robbery. So
Yeah.
like Islam. First of all, actually, I guess so. Yeah, that's my first point. Is like Islam won by decision, but like in the moment, it was seeming like Volk won, and it was in Australia too, so it was like kind of home crowd. Like you get that
Yeah.
energy, whenever like Islam or whenever Volk lands a shot, you get the crowd, and whenever Islam,
Big.
does it,
Yeah.
so it kind of like amplifies it all. Like I haven't rewatched the entire thing. But
Hmm.
like in the moment, I was like, it could go either way. And when it went to Islam, I was like, people are gonna be freaking out about it being a robbery again. It's
Yeah.
like it really kind of isn't.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw like the one Rogan clip. They were all watching the fight at I think Rogan's podcast studio, and the fight ends, and they're all like, Volkanovski won it, like it's a done deal for sure. And they're like, what the fuck happened? Like, and they start going back and forth. They're like, are we biased? Like, did we see something wrong? Like,
Yeah,
and that seemed to be like a common thing on Twitter last night.
yeah. But it was same thing with remember when we watched Sean O'Malley and Piotr Jan? Like when
Yeah,
it when
no,
it when it
yeah,
was when it was Sean, we were all like, what? And then you like
yeah.
watch
We're
it
like,
back and
what
you're
did we
like, oh, I
miss?
guess.
Especially
But
when it comes
yeah,
down to like winning rounds, you're like, I guess he won that one and this one, and
well,
then
I will say the way they score MMA. I mean, not
yeah,
that
that's the thing.
I
I don't know
I
enough.
don't want to say it has a change because like that would imply that I have a solution and I don't know if I do. But I mean like boxing scores the way like so the way MMA does it is they like for a 5 round fight it's same thing like 10 points a round kind of thing. So like if it's 50 to 45 that means it was a 10-9 each round for the winner. And
Yeah.
so like that's how they score it. But then there's things where it's like what is ground control, like what is like if you take someone down to the ground and do no damage, is that like do you score? And then like if you land on the
Yeah.
feet and then get taken down but there's no damage, like I feel like I don't know MMA, and then they score like the round, like I don't know, because and like what I will say, did you see one judge gave it a 49-46 for Islam?
Yeah, I heard about that. That was like a
That one's
big
crazy.
thing.
Like that I will, because
Yeah.
all the other ones I
That
think were
makes it sound like it's a
48-47.
clear
Yeah.
that sounds
That's
like
that
yeah.
that that's 4 rounds to 1, which is crazy. Unless there was a ten
Yeah.
eight in there, which like, and another thing too about a 10-8 is like a 10-8 in MMA, to what I was concerned was like a 10-8 means you got fucked up. Like a 10-8 means it
You
could have
yeah,
been
you're just beat
stopped.
up.
Yeah, a 10-8
Yeah.
means like it could have been stopped, but it wasn't. Or like it was literally just pure, like as bad as it could have gotten. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a bit of an exaggeration, but like, and now it's like, so I don't even know, like, I haven't seen how the judge scored. I don't know if there was any 10-8s or whatever, but like, to say that Islam won 4 rounds out of 1 was, or 4 rounds to 1 was crazy. But
Mhm.
yeah, but I will say, Volkanovski is so much smaller than Islam that the fact, like, they were fighting for pound number 1, because Volkanovski's
Mhm.
pound for pound number 1 and Islam is 2. And I mean, obviously, Islam was like, or not obviously, but like Islam won. But
Yeah.
for how much bigger Islam is to Volkanovski, and to how, I mean, just being, let's just call the fight almost a tie, right? Some say Volk won, some say Islam won. Let's just call it even.
Yeah.
That to me, people were saying that Islam now takes number 1, but like for how much bigger Islam is. I think that Volkanovski should still keep his pound for pound number one. Did that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, I don't know, obviously the height difference or anything like that. Like,
It's crazy. Like when they hugged
did
after the fight, like he was almost like under the like like under the chin kind of thing. It was nuts.
so wait, did somebody move weight classes for this fight, or
Hmm.
they just have they always?
No, so this was at 155, which is lightweight, and
Mhm.
Volkanovski is 145 featherweight. So
Oh, okay.
Volkanovski went up. That's what I'm saying. He was fighting
Uh,
the bigger guy
I see what you're
for
saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
for the double champ for two
yeah,
belts, and the
yeah.
fight was again just to save the debate. Just call it a tie. Like if the
Hmm.
smaller guy fights the bigger guy
If
and it's a
he's good
tie,
enough, yeah,
that means clearly the smaller, like if we're talking pound for pound, clearly this, because theoretically Islam should have beat him, because Islam is also a giant 155er too. So it's like
yeah,
you have a big 55er and a small 45er fighting. Like they could be like Islam could be a 170er, and
yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. So it's like I don't know. I think Volkanovski still is pound for pound number one.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, it's tough when you do that pound for pound because it's like, he's still at the same weight, but you're right that if he's good
Yeah,
enough to give the champion at 155, call it a run for his money, then
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
fucking good.
100%. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And John Bones Jones coming back, huh?
Yeah, when's that fight? It's in a
I
couple months, I thought.
can't remember. I'll put it up in post or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think it's in the summer. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Crazy. Crazy.
heavyweight too. So like Francis left. I mean, I don't know about Ngannou. This is the fucking sportscast this episode,
Yeah.
and
Whatever. Okay.
and Francis left, and he's gonna go try box, I guess, and try to make money. What do you think about that? Do you think he goes out and gets paid?
Francis?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. There's so much money in this fight shit now that I feel like he could go anywhere just with his name, and he will. Like, he's a beast of a human. Like, someone will pay him.
He's kind of not that big of a draw, though. Like I feel like he tried to go do some Connor shit, as many people have tried to do.
Yeah.
I think he took a gamble on like the Tyson Fury fight, and I'm actually kind of hard pressed to believe it'll happen.
Yeah, like that'll be a stretch. But I don't know. Like, I honestly, the money's out there. I feel like if just the stars aligned right, he'll get that fight.
The Tyson Fury fight?
Yeah, I feel like if somebody gets the right promoter and gets the money behind it and the right advertisers or whatever, I can't say no to anything with boxing anymore because it's like it seems like every few months we're like, what the fuck? This guy's boxing now? Like ex
Right.
NFL players, YouTubers, MMA guys coming over. Like it's just it's a fair game. Celebrities like Twitch did boxing. Like anybody can do it now.
Well, I will say the difference there though is that they were boxing because they didn't like that's the only thing that they had. Like, not the only thing they had, but like there was no other like fight offers. With Francis, he went to boxing or supposedly is going to boxing because he's trying to get
Yeah.
more money. But like
Hmm.
Francis wants like 20 million for a fight, which then because these Twitch streamers aren't like, well, I'll go to the UFC if you pay me or whatever. Like they're boxing because that's
Yeah.
the only
Yeah. Yeah.
there's only one choice. This is like
Yeah. You don't go into MMA.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
getting paid what you're getting paid. So with Francis,
Yeah.
it's like, can he get a $20 million paycheck? Because did you see what the UFC offered him?
No.
They like released what the offer was. I think Francis released what the offer was, and it was pretty good. It was like a few million per fight on like a like a new fight deal, and he wanted like again like the Conor McGregor money, and it just seems like no one can get it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll be a long time, I think, before he finds someone that can fill the shoes that Connor had for so long. Like he was super megastar for years.
Yeah. I do kind of think that Connor started this whole boxing trend a little bit of like guys going into boxing with superstardom Because like when Conor did the boxing thing with Floyd, it seems like a lot of other MMA fighters or UFC fighters started trying to like leverage that, like, oh, I'll go to boxing, and they found out that Dana doesn't give a shit about them as much,
Yeah.
and then I feel like with Jake Paul starting the boxing thing. I mean, obviously, celebrity boxing's been around before, we know that, but like it's kind of revamped. And then Jake Paul started doing it, who like clearly is very inspired by Conor, and
clearly.
and I feel like the celebrity boxing thing, that Conor Floyd fight kind of like started it off. I don't know if it's a stretch, but like
Yeah. I don't really know. The timeline of it, but yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
then Logan Paul fought Floyd. Like,
That's what I mean. Like I feel like
yeah,
Conor was the first one that put this idea in all these like younger guys' heads that like, oh, if we're famous, we can do we can just go box and make 100 mil, and then they found out they're selling 30,000 pay-per-views.
yeah, and they get 200 people in the stadium.
Yeah. Guys, thanks so much for watching another episode of the Big Brain Boys podcast. Reminder, subscribe on YouTube, turn on notifications, and never miss an episode. Follow the Spotify, the Apple, wherever else you get your audio podcast if you want to listen offline. And we'll see you next video.
Knowledge.
Curiosity for learning.
Smartest guy in the room alert.
Stupid. My brain is big and smart.